I'm here. Hello, Ava. How are you? How's everything going? I'm about a minute late on this morning because I was late back from my run. So I just got out of the shower again. But I like to go for a run before I chat to you guys. Hello, who have we got? We've got Ella. We have... You're first in again, Ava. I like it. We've got Milan. Meg. How's that tooth, Meg? Emilia. Manny. Layla. How are you? Layla, I was loving the insult to Alexa. It was so funny. Oh, a little face. She didn't know what was being said to her. Oh, it's so funny. We got Kai with us as well. Hello, Kai. But Epic Charlie. Charlie, I haven't heard much from you recently over the last couple of weeks in terms of work. Are you still accessing the work okay? Are you still getting on with it okay? I haven't seen or heard anything from you. Oh, Milan's got a riddle for us. I was also hoping for a quote of the week from Hanaro Mayumi. Yes, you are, Charlie. Good. If you're not, that's okay, by the way. But it's just nice to know, basically. So that's good. Phoebe is here. Hello, Phoebe. Loving the ice bucket challenge that you did. Your poor mum. She must have got absolutely drenched. I think you should have stood under there with her, really, Phoebe. I think that'd have been a fairer way of doing it. Oh, Phoebe's got a riddle as well. And Kitty Cat's here. Hello, Kitty Cat. Hannah, have you and Mayumi got together and got a riddle, not a riddle, a quote of the week for us this week? Phone's going absolutely mad. I don't know what it is. Stanley! Is that right, Ava? Not yet. Okay, that's fine. Just whenever you get it, Hannah, just send it to me on Dojo and I'll put it on Class Story so everyone can have a look and feel those positive quotes. I love them. I think they're a good thing. Feel good. Gives me a feel good factor. Gives me some optimism when you give me those quotes. So yeah, if you and Mayumi can try to get one to me in the next week, that'll be great. If you can't, you can't. But if you can, it'd be nice. Another riddle. So we've got 3 children with riddles. This is good. Let's see who we've got. Oh, I got a good number. Kyle. 1, 2, 3. We've got 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But I can only see 13 of your names. Oh well. I was going to do it. My sister was in a strop because it wasn't fair. Why was your sister in a strop? She should have done it as well, all 3 of you. I liked your insult countdown as well, Phoebe, from 5 to 1. I take it number 1 was the most severe insult, or what you felt was the most severe insult, and 5 was the less severe. And you went 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, with 1 being the most. Or was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with 5 being the most? I think it was 1. Is Izzy here? Oh, Izzy. Hello. How are you? Izzy, you are such a poser on your camera. I saw your mum's ice bucket challenge, and you were you just love being in front of a camera, don't you? I remember when we did the dance challenge at Ulverston, you were just constantly asking for pictures. Maybe you could be a future celebrity. We'll see. Hello, Mahia. I saw your insult as well. Your insult was really good. Some of the insults were funny. That was the idea behind it, though. It's supposed to be funny. When we do that in class, you do a game where two children sit opposite each other, and they've got to keep saying Shakespearean insults, by the way, not just insults. They don't just sit there insulting each other. That wouldn't be very good of me to encourage that. But they sit there saying Shakespearean insults to each other. And if someone delays, they're out and someone else comes and sits there. If someone laughs, they're out and someone else comes and sits there. And the idea of the game is that the winner is the person who is able to sit there for the longest without pausing and without laughing. And it's really, really difficult because some of the insults, as you saw, were so funny. Kai, you've now raised 215 on page 3 of the Evening Mail today. Yes, well done, Kai. I hope I get a mention. You're an awesome teacher, Mr. Wilson. Well done, you. I did contribute towards that cause, Kai, and I think it's a really noble and considerate thing to do. So well done you for having the initiative to want to do that. And times like these, we need people like you, Kai, helping raise money for those that are less fortunate and those who struggle in times like this. So well done you. Oh, I've been so busy chatting, I haven't even had a sip of my brew yet. Charlie, be nice. We've spoken about being nice online, haven't we? Although you can't see the person you type into, it's still important that we are amicable towards one another, that we are kind to one another. So I don't really want insults or saying people are horrible. We're all here to be as a class. I'm in it. Yes, fame at last. You didn't do it. What did you have to do? There was the work that I sent yesterday, Katie. There was a page which had Shakespearean insults on, and you had to pretend you were Lady Macbeth. And because at one point in the story, Lady Macbeth is insulting Macbeth because she wants him to go and kill King Duncan. So she calls him a cowardly cat. I can't remember her exact words, but she calls him a cowardly cat. And the idea was that you thought of your own Shakespearean insults and recorded them. So I think I got about 5 or 6 children that actually did that activity, but it was the ones that did it were so funny. Oh, I was laughing. It was fun for me and fun for you. Happy NHS, absolutely, Izzy. They are the heroes of the moment. I hope you're all going out on a Thursday evening and clapping, or you can even play an instrument if you can play an instrument, to show your appreciation for what those guys are doing at the moment. I think something like over 70 of them have lost their lives through contracting the coronavirus, and that is just such a heroic act, caring for people and paying the ultimate sacrifice. So it's absolutely right that we honor them every Thursday. There was a minute's silence yesterday at 11 in the morning to remember the people that have lost their lives. So yeah, I'm with you on that, Izzy. NHS, awesome people. Oh, that's nice, Phoebe. What I was going to ask you all was how those of you who've got brothers and sisters, what is the work like that the other teachers are setting? Because I've kind of interpreted it and done it in my own way, the way that I think it should be done, which is essentially I've followed what our normal timetable would have been and put on lessons for what our timetable would have been. How have the other teachers been doing it? Have they been doing it a similar sort of way? Have they been setting different tasks? I don't really know what the other teachers have done. Can anyone update me on what the brothers and sisters are they getting better work than what year 5 is saying? Are they getting more fun work? Are we getting more fun? I don't know. I'm looking for your feedback. Can you let me know what sort of stuff the other teachers are setting? Because, like I say, we're all asked to set work, but I've done it like our timetable would have been. Miss Noble has sort of laid off being hard work in English. Okay. What do you think that our English is hard work? I hope it's interesting, but Beth is really interesting. Right. Oh, Alex, how are you, Alex? I didn't see you on there. You must have just joined us. The tasks that I'm saying, how are you finding them? Are they enjoyable? Are you learning a lot from them? Are you doing them? Some of you are doing all of them, which is brilliant. Some of you aren't able to, and that might be for a good reason. You know, you might not have your parents there to support you. You might not be able to access it, but some of you have done all the work, which, you know, can only benefit you. Miss Dawson has a different book each, but slightly different for children of that age, isn't it? Reception, they wouldn't be able to be set subject-specific work. We are nearly in year 6, so we are aware of all the different subjects. Really, really interesting lesson today, actually. I put some French stuff on because I know that Phoebe and Layla, you said that you really wanted to do French. I've put a link to the BBC Bite Size French website, which they do a new lesson for each day. So that will be really good. And the Sikhism lesson today is really, really interesting. I'll be interested to hear your feedback on Sikhism, because I know some of you are really looking forward to learning about that fascinating religion. And I'm looking forward to seeing how you get on with the work that I've set today. A couple of really interesting videos with it. One of them is quite funny, actually. Is with a stand-up comedian, and your parents might know this stand-up comedian. It's called Kevin Bridges. He's Scottish, and he goes into to learn about Sikhism, and it's a really, really good video. Mr. Max sets like 2 to 3 lessons a day, and it's fun and easy. It includes no writing. But that they're in year 1 though, Amelia, to be fair, aren't they? I bet children in year 6 again. I bet Miss Brimlow's setting writing. That's a lot because she wants to do good at her GCSE next year. I don't blame her. Daily Orange is here. I haven't had it yet. I haven't finished my brew. I've been chatting too much. Duolingo too. Duolingo's good. I used a website called Rosetta Stone. You might be able to get a free trial on it, Phoebe. And it was really good for learning Spanish. I got quite good at Spanish off it. And it's like pictures and words and association. It's a really fun way of learning. So Rosetta Stone is it's good to use as well. It's quite expensive though, but it's good to use. Maybe if your parents wanted to do it, they could learn as well. Haven't done one since last Friday. Haven't done one what, Katie? This is Alex's mum. Please, can I request less other work when you English, as it takes Alex hours. Thank you. Glad you're safe. I'll see what I can do. So when they're doing writing, less of the work. I'll try. Miss Noble sets weekly tasks, tidy room, chore, etc., and they get dojo points. Okay. So they've done it slightly differently, but so your mum's doing writing. What year does your mum teach, Phoebe? Definitely Amelia doing lots of writing. Yeah. I don't give you too much writing, but it's still important that we do it. Oh, Louis here. Excellent, Louis. I take it you've managed to access it under your mum's YouTube account, because I know that last week your dad messaged me, and Remo is here as well. Your dad messaged me last week, Louis, saying that you were desperate to get on, but I was, even if you watched last week's chat with Mr. Wilson, you'll see that I'm messaging you to try to get you on. Good to have you with us, Louis. Amigos assemble. And Mayumi is here as well. Mayumi has nearly been 10 for a week. She's been 10 for 6 days. How's it feel? Year 3. Writing is really important, and reading, absolutely, Phoebe. And you've done most of all of them, I think, the tasks that I've set, including a lot of the extensions. And it's important we don't kind of slack off completely, because you will be going back to school at some point, and we can't just look at this time now as just time lost where we can just not do anything. So it is important to stay up to speed with your writing. Your writing yesterday, Phoebe, you are getting such a good grasp of vocabulary and how to use it. I'm just really enjoying reading your pieces of writing at the moment. It was great. In fact, I might find it and read it to everyone, if you don't mind, Phoebe. Well, certainly the start bit, because I loved the first paragraph. Mr. Wilson, can I have a dojo point for watching this stream and using a colon and a correct punctuation? I'll see. If it continues throughout this whole live feed, then I might give you one, Ava. But if you do those messages where you've got capital, lowercase, those messages you do sometimes, no. So we'll see how you get on. Miss Noble does a DT or art task. We do an art task each week. We do an art task on a Thursday each week. Or she does it for the full week to be done. Absolutely, wash your hands. Try not to touch your face if you can help it. Another one, Bradley, I don't know where he is. He'll be asleep. I'll say if he walks past, I'll go and grab him. Let's eat, Grandma. You watch another one. I have been told, another safety feature from a friend of mine is to use your non-dominant hand to open doors and things, because it's your non-dominant hand is less likely, if you have an itch or a scratch, to touch your face. So if you're using your non-dominant hand to open door handles and to touch other things, it's less likely that hand will touch your face. So that's a bit of a tip for you. Use your non-dominant hand to do things. Right then, Navy, you just lost it. Gone. You quite like a time-filling one. What do you mean by that, Phoebe? Yeah. Set it Monday to be finished Friday. Okay. I'll look into doing stuff, because it's good to have your feedback. But I think the stuff that we've been doing, the work that you've been sending me has been brilliant. I've really, really enjoyed it. Enjoyed looking at what you're getting up to. Okay, Ella, you've been desperate to say this since we started this stream, so go. The floor is yours. The stream is yours. Tell us your riddle. I wonder if Ava or Milan have heard it before. And while you're putting your riddle on, I'll try and find Phoebe's first. If you don't mind me reading it, Phoebe, maybe you do. Maybe you don't want everyone to hear it. Please stay safe. That's very kind and considerate, Hannah. Yeah, absolutely. Please stay safe. Keep following the guidelines. Use your non-dominant hand, which for me is my left hand. Non-dominant simply means the hand that you use less. So, in other words, not your writing hand. We do have a few lefties in our class, I think, don't we? Because I printed off those Timetable Rockstars for lefties. So I think Amelia was a lefty. I think Charlie was a lefty as well. I think there were 3 or 4 lefties. Oh, where's the riddle? My riddle. What is always in front of you, but you can't see? Is it... Oh, I think I might know what it is. Is it your future, or the future? Oh, Naomi's a lefty as well. Yes, the future. It's a good riddle, though. For you lefties, when I was in America, I went to a leftorium, which is basically a store with everything in left-handed, from left-handed tin openers to, I don't know, left-handed knives and forks. It was so random. And there was a mug like this, and it said, "This mug is for left-handers only." And I thought, so they'd have to hold it like that. And I thought, how can a mug be for left-handers? Because it doesn't matter, you can hold it with your right hand, you can hold it with your left hand, it doesn't matter. But upon closer inspection of the mug, I noticed that on the left-hand side, if you held it like that, you'd be fine to drink it, just as normal with your left hand. However, on the right-hand side, if you used it with your right hand, there'd be a hole just here. So if you drank it with your right hand instead of your left, when you drank it, the liquid would pour out on you. So that's how it was a left-handed mug and not a right-handed mug. It's pretty cool. Stay safe, stay indoors, go outside only when you are doing exercise, and wash your hands. You sound like you should work in the government, Remo. Time for this, Daily Orange. Mr. Wilson learning techs. And what would you want to be on this channel, Mihir? Making sure. Name is not hi. Can someone answer my question? If I cut off my nose and glued it to your house, would you run away? That's so random, Ava. Learning. Okay. I'll see what I can do here. And I haven't done a workout in a while. I need to do a workout. And someone suggested the Macarena. So I think my next Mr. Wilson workout is going to be the Macarena. But it's a slightly different Macarena. It's more of a workout Macarena than the original one. So it'll take it out of you a little bit more. So in the next couple of days, I'll do another Mr. Wilson's workout. What is old and tasty? Big Mac? Hand jive. Good suggestion here. I think I'll do the Macarena first. And then I'll do the hand. We got good at the hand jive as a class. It's really good. It's not a Big Mac. Got a pip. Right, we'll do Louis' riddle first, which was what is old and tasty. I've done YMCA, Layla. YMCA was Mr. Wilson's workout. I'll have a look at what number it was. It was... Goodness, there's lots of them now, isn't there? Mr. Wilson's workout 16. And I'm dressed as a builder. So yeah, Mr. Wilson's workout 16 is YMCA. Okay, where were we? The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I? Memories? We'll do one riddle at a time, though. We've got Louis on the go at the moment. I don't think we ever got an answer for that. Right. Phoebe, I'm going to read your opening paragraph, if you don't mind. If I can find it. Mr. Wilson's class. So it said, "Dear Diary, I write to you at a time of great personal turmoil." Straight away, loved the vocab turmoil. "In fact, I did not believe that I have ever found a greater dilemma." Another great word, dilemma. "What can be more thought-provoking?" It's such a strong piece of work. "What can be more thought-provoking and troublesome than a question of life or death?" What a strong open. See, that sounds like it's from a piece of literature. So I'll just read the first couple of sentences as well, because I've started now and I'm loving it too much. "The words of the three hags have been plaguing my thoughts." She used a possessive apostrophe on hags. And plaguing, you know, instead of it's been on my mind, it's been plaguing my thoughts. That is so strong. For days, I cannot rid them. So I keep asking myself the same question: should I kill King Duncan? This is the most difficult decision of my life. Firstly, King Duncan is one of my dearest companions, not even friends, companions. I like and respect him. Furthermore, great opener, I am the Thane of Cawdor, and for this reason I should be loyal to the king, for he surely trusts me. Without doubt, great persuasive language, I feel the enormous weight of the duty. How can I betray him? I should not even briefly ponder this possibility, alliteration. And yet, in spite of this, I am still considering murdering him. Moreover, I can see the king's death as an opportunity. Of course, no one would suspect me. I could easily sneak into his chamber and kill him and be back to safety before anyone realized he was dead. Without doubt, it could be the perfect murder. But how can I even say that? How could killing the king ever be perfect? Because it would lead to becoming king? Heaven knows that if I were to kill the king, it would indeed be life-changing. My dear lady is convinced that I must do it, and although I do not want to upset or anger her, she would surely make me pay. I am not convinced that it is the right action. Perhaps I should sleep on it, but I have no time. The king leaves tomorrow. I feel capable and willing to kill a king, and I worry that I may regret that. So good. So good, Phoebe. I wish there was some sort of competition that I could enter that in. Yes, Ella. Sorry, I haven't seen a lot of the chat for the last couple of minutes because I've been reading Phoebe's fantastic diary entry. Okay. So let's get back to the riddles. Is that a hand sanitizer emoji, Hannah? Where'd you get them? Where'd you get those from? Mr. Wilson tried to learn to play chess. I can play chess. I know how to play it here. I don't play it very often, and I'm probably not very good at it, but I would. Not very good at it yet. I'm probably not very good at it yet, but that doesn't mean that I don't understand or how to play it, so I can play chess. There are YouTube emojis. An app. What's the app called, Hannah? Let me just have a look, see if I can find them on my custom emojis. Oh, yes. Found it. The power of yet, absolutely. I like Newmarket at Christmas. What are we talking about Newmarket for? Go. Just on emojis. Okay, yeah, I just found it then, Hannah. Sign of the times, isn't it? Hand sanitizers. All right, Katie, I'll see you soon. Keep sending that work in. Keep working hard and being good for your mum and dad. Are you going as well, Kai, or are you just saying bye to Katie? The power of yet. Have you all been watching Mr. Mills' bedtime stories? I should stop shaking the table. Did I finish my cup of tea? Yeah, I finished my brew. I don't think he's your friend and granddad after the flower next week. Granddad and the flower next week. Yes, Ella, go for it. I'm intrigued. I wonder if Milan will get it. Oh, you're saying bye to Katie. Good, Kai, you're staying with us. The hero of the hour. The man who's raised over £200 for Barrow Food Bank through his tasks is still with us. Last time I played out, I got chased by a random dog. That is who's obviously it's random. You don't know whose it is, but was that? I guess that was near your house, Louis. Because obviously, if we're playing out at the moment, we can't go far. Was it in your own garden? How did that happen? That's quite scary, isn't it? I remember when I was younger, I got chased by some clegs. Clegs are like, well, they're a fly, a little bit like a wasp. They can sting and bite you, and kind of, I panicked and ran, and this kind of loads of these clegs chased me, and it scared me for life. This is a game that me, Layla, and Mimi Pen. What's it called, Phoebe? Sorry, I can't keep up with all the text sometimes. See you, Remo. Stay safe. Thanks for the advice. Thanks for joining. Absolutely, Remo. I will do that. You do the same for you. Say hi to your mum and Scott for us. Okay. Did we ever get Ella's riddle? Did you say it, Ella? Have a look back up through. I don't think you have. No. Go on then, Ella. What's your riddle that no one's going to get? Yes, say your riddle again, Ella, because I missed it. Amelia, you've been quite quiet actually this session. Where is it, Ella? I'm looking for it. We'll do Ella's riddle first. Here we go. Second riddle. I have keys, but no locks, and space, no rooms. You can enter, but you can't go outside. What am I? Keys, no locks. It's a piano keys. Yeah, I saw your guitar, Layla. That would look great. Good on you for being practical and doing a task like that. I have keys, but no locks, space, but no rooms. Enter, but you can't go outside. Keys, space, no rooms. Struggling for that one. Marina will be sanitized by the insane octolings. What on earth is that? Is anyone having a guess at Ella's riddle? Sadly, this week I was a victim of some online abuse, which wasn't very nice. Someone commented some not very nice things on one of my YouTube videos, so it wasn't very nice to see it, but I just did the correct course of action, which was I reported that person to YouTube and deleted the comments. I don't see why people would ever do that. It's just made me feel not very nice seeing it, and I just thought, what? I'm trying to do a channel, trying to do something nice. Why would you do that? Anyway, if any of you ever come across that problem, that's what you must do. Tell an adult and report that person to stop online abuse. I don't know who did it. I don't know who the person was. It wasn't the YouTube account that they had wasn't the name of a person. So I just deleted it. I tried not to take it to heart and just reported it to YouTube. Don't know who it was, and I don't try not to dwell on it. Just, the channel's there for you guys. It's not for anyone else. And if people want to put not very nice things, then they can. But I'll just report them, and it's not for them. If people don't like it, they don't like it. Sister doing Dance to a Million Dreams. I love that song. I love that film. In fact, The Greatest Showman. Oh, thank you, Lila. That's very kind. So, Ella, we're struggling for the. Can we have a clue? Keys, but no locks. You know who it is, Milan? Who is it then? Meg guessed it. What did Meg guess? I can't even see. What was it, Meg? What was the answer? A keyboard. I did say piano, didn't I? So I was on the right track with that. Jensen. What makes you think that, Milan? Yeah, he said about that, Ella, but that wasn't. I just spoke to him about that, but that was his. I knew that was his profile. This was a different profile, so I don't think it was him. Anyway, let's not dwell on it. It's happened now. It's gone. I've reported it, so we move on. It's not worth giving our attention to. But I just wanted to let you guys know so that if it ever happens to you, you know the correct course of action to take. Goodness, it's 11:45 already. It's gone quick this morning, hasn't it? Change the subject. Good idea. What is your favorite singer? Oh, do you mean my favorite singer or my favorite song? I think my favorite singer. I think my favorite singer is Christina Aguilera. And I know that sounds a bit random, but I watched a documentary about her a few years ago, and it was showing her as she was growing up, and it was showing her learning to sing. And out of a whole kind of group that she was in, which included Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake, by the way, out of the whole group that she was in, she was the only one that could hit this note. This note was like really high note, and she was the only one that could reach it. And her voice just sounded incredible. So I think she would have to be one of my favorite singers. Probably my favorite, not far behind her, I would say, would be Sam Smith, because I really like the tone in his voice. You won't be able to hit as higher notes as Christina Aguilera, but he's got a really nice tone. What about the rest of you? You don't say something. Is that on the YouTube channel, Ella? Because they're all on there. Favorite video game? Favorite video game? Now or ever? I think one of my favorite video games growing up. Probably Mario All Stars. It was. In fact, the book's down there because I had my Super Nintendo out. I'll just nip and get the instruction manual, and you can see what it was like, what we used to get. This is the book from one of the games that I had growing up. Mario All Stars, Super Mario All Stars, and it was for the Super Nintendo. That was the console that I played on. So I think that was one of my favorites. Loads. It's not quite the graphics that you guys are used to. That's what the controller looked like on the Super Nintendo. And I'll try and show you a picture of the gameplay. The gameplay, it's so different from what you guys had. Gameplay looks like that. So quite different from the graphics and the games that you play, but I loved it at the time. I used to spend hours on it. Ariana's a good singer as well, Phoebe. Yes, she is. It'd be interesting to see her versus Christina Aguilera, who can hit the highest notes. I would back Christina, but it'd be close. It's on the Nintendo Switch, yeah, it is, but I'm sure the graphics are a lot better on a Nintendo Switch than on the Super Nintendo. Mum used to have that game. Good game, isn't it? I'm sure your mum would have enjoyed it. I loved it. But it's actually Mario All Stars. It's called Mario All Stars because it's got a few different games on it. It's got Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers 3, and Super Mario Brothers The Lost Levels. So it's actually got 4 different games on it. My dad has a Super Nintendo and it still works. Mine still works. I've still got it. It still works. It's ancient. Not quite ancient. You have a Super Nintendo. It's a good console. Don't play on my... You don't play the Nintendo Switch, Mia? A working Super Nintendo. I have a Switch. Yeah, you can buy the old Nintendo. But you can buy like some sort of... I don't know how to describe it, but like a little console, but it's got all the Super Nintendo games pre-installed on it. So you can buy like one of those with loads of games already on it. Retro gaming nights, and play all the games that we used to play when we were growing up. which are still good, by the way. The gameplay hasn't changed. The gameplay now is no different from when we were growing up. The only difference is the graphics. That's it. We used to get as much enjoyment from those games as you get from playing your games now, but you guys have got better graphics. Does that make it better? I don't know. You guys can be the judge. So, Ella, it's your birthday in 13 days. Mega Drive. Mega Drive was like the Sega version. So, you have like a rivalry now between Xbox and PlayStation. They're like the main two consoles, aren't they? There may be other consoles out there, but those are the main two. Well, when I was at secondary school and primary school age, it was the Super Nintendo, the SNES we used to call it, SNES, Super Nintendo Entertainment System, which was Nintendo, and then the Mega Drive, which was Sega. And they both had, good points. So on the Nintendo, you had Mario, whereas on the Mega Drive, because it was Sega, you had Sonic. So you couldn't play Sonic on the Nintendo, and you couldn't play Mario on the Mega Drive. You'd have to choose one or the other. And it wasn't until the Wii came out that Mario and Sonic had ever been in the same game or on the same console. And in that game, in a game on the Wii, I think it was the Olympics, something like that, the Olympics, and it was Mario versus Sonic, and they were both on the same game for the same time ever. So that was a big moment for us computer geeks when we were growing up. You think graphics make it better, Alex? Well, that's an opinion. We've all got our own opinions, and we should respect each other's opinion. I respect your opinion. Yeah, I had the very first Xbox as well when I was at university. We call it SNES. Your mum and dad call it SNES. Well, it's SNES because the SNES stands for Super Nintendo Entertainment System. So SNES, even if it sounds like a Z. Splatoon 2 looks cool. Like realistic games. It was on the Wii. It was on the Wii that the Mario. I think the game was called Mario Sonic Olympic Games. In fact, I'll have a quick look. I'll ask Google. I'll ask Mario Sonic Olympic Games. Yeah, it's come up. There it is. See that? Mario Sonic Olympic Games. So that was the first game that those two characters had ever been on the same game. Do some short gameplay of Mario All Stars. I might do if I get my SNES set up. I could show you some gameplay on it. My Sega Game Gear still works actually, but it's just got no sound. But that was a good console as well. I had Lemmings for that. Have you ever played Lemmings? Great game. Mario and Sonic are also on Super Smash Bros. Okay. Tokyo 2021 should have not been Tokyo. Yeah. So the Olympics have been moved, haven't they? I think that was always going to happen. But it's going to mean that there's an awful lot of sporting events happening, close to each other. So there might be a Commonwealth Games, an Olympic Games, and then a football European Championships, and then a World Cup, because all these events are getting postponed. Wimbledon. So I don't know how they're going to fit all of them in. I think some of them will get cancelled. They'll have to. Guys, we have a random dude on the live chat. Who is it? Umar Bhagwan. Who is Umar Bhagwan? Is that the random? Yeah, SNES is a good console. Loads of good games for it. The only thing was in the SNES, you couldn't save your progress. So if you got to a certain level, you wouldn't be able to save your progress. So what a lot of games did was when you get to a certain level, they give you a code, and then you type that code in and get to where you had been. So that's how they got round not saving it. Tea, I've drank it already, Alex. When could do with another one actually. I'll go, but I need to finish my work. Don't know, Melan. Don't know who that is. Okay, guys, we are almost at 12 o'clock. In fact, yeah, we've got about another minute or so. So if you've got any last questions, get them in, because I'll be going in about a minute or so, or any last things that you'd like to mention. I will block random people from here, don't worry. Fortnite is a bit old, isn't it? I think it's quite violent as well. So who knows? Right, team. Thanks for joining. Thanks for having a chat. Thanks for the questions. Are we all up for doing this again next week? Okay. Next Wednesday. I will. I'll see you all next Wednesday. Take care of yourselves. Keep washing your hands. Stay safe. And I will. If you have any questions, just contact me on Dojo in the meantime, or any concerns. Take care of yourselves. Pleasure to chat as always. And I will look forward to chatting to you again next week. Really missing you all. Stay safe. Bye.